wanted to share a couple small tricks and tips for camping showers. We use the USB camper shower, and that's really great. Now, one thing that I like to do is fill up a 1 gallon pitcher. For the most part, if you're just starting out, if you have 2 of these, that's great. And I'll explain that shortly. But go ahead and get this filled up. And this would be 1 gallon would be your hot water, the water you'll heat up first. Next, we just want 1 more gallon. And this is a great way to start off with 2 gallons worth of water. Now, obviously, you can go less, but this is what we do. And this will allow you to start with something, a starting point. So next, do 1 more gallon of cold water, or just water. Now what you'll see shortly is we're going to put the hot water mixed 50% with this to kind of get a good warm temperature, and we're going to put our shower into that. And what's really nice is if you have 2 of the pitchers, that you can have both set up. One's pulling with your pump, the other one's ready to go, and it's nice having a hard handle to pour into when you do your stops so you can refill. So let's go ahead and get this warmed up. So next I like to do about a 50% mix, and this is something you just have to kind of gauge as to what temperature you like. So have this filled with cold water right about there. Get it poured in there. Now what's so nice about this 1 gallon pitcher is that the pump needs something narrow to sit in. We have this soft flexible bag, and while it's great, it doesn't work well because it's too wide of a spread. So something narrow is really critical. Having 2 pitchers is great, and I'll explain that here in a second. Now once I get my other pot of hot water, I'll mix that into my cold water, because once again, doing about 2 gallons and doing about a 50-50 mix, but you might want to keep a little extra hot, not completely into your second batch, because you might want to add that to what you're working with. And it's one of those things you just have to try out. And you don't necessarily need 2 gallons of water, but the problem is, once again, this is the USB pump, and this USB pump doesn't sit really well. You lose a certain amount of water, maybe like a quarter. So you have to have that extra water just for the pump to pull from. Now, once I go to take a shower, I'll start off with just basically taking my washcloth, dipping it into my water, and then that also allows me to get a sense of the temperature, if it's too hot or too cold, if I need to add something. And then I'll just do a quick rinse down with my washcloth. And then from there, I'll fire this up, also check it to make sure the temperature is good, and then go from there. There's also the possibility that you could use a pump sprayer. We don't use this, but it's nice because you could have pressurized water if you just need to do a little spray as you're, for some reason, to do a rinse on your arm or something like that. So this is also a really nice simple solution that you could add to your shower setup. And these are just a few tips that I wanted to share with you. Once again, the nice thing with 2 pitchers is if you have a second pitcher, you're in there, you have your other pitcher, you can just grab it as you're going, you can pour it in, because as you're taking a shower, you want to turn this on and off. You're not running it constantly, so you can save that water in between your rinse and soap cycles, and then rinse.
That was awesome. I don't know if I'm steaming, probably not, but I don't even remember what that cost, but it's totally worth it.
Yeah, $40
So
for
amazing.
USB. So you just have to have a method to heat your water.
Yeah, and I mean, how much did I go through? Like a little over a gallon?
We did 2 gallons.
2
Yep,
gallons.
and there's still a little bit left in there because of the pump.
Okay,
Yep.
so I didn't do too bad.
Yeah, did
But
great.
yeah, that was gosh, that feels so good.
Water to spare.
Now I have to go dry,
All
completely
right.
dry. Thank you.
See you later.
Okay.
Thank you so much for checking out this video. In closing, I hope you found some of these tips extremely helpful. A few extra things. It's helpful if you have like a tent like this, and then also we have the little bamboo mats. It just keeps your feet from getting all muddy or grassy, and that just lets all the water drain out. So you guys have a good one and stay clean.